friends, in an earlier episode of mine, I spoke on the importance of regular physical exercises for our physical and mental health. In another episode, I also spoke on music. Following that, it will really be an injustice if I do not speak anything on meditation as a fantastic practice for a mind, body and soul complex. Yes, we human beings differ from other living creatures in having a potentially very powerful mind, which is still a big mystery, by which we can perform great miracles. But sometimes our mind goes beyond our control and we thus suffer. Meditation is something which we can, and in fact which we really should practice for a healthy mind. Here, I want to make some points very clear about meditation. Number one, meditation is not necessarily a religious practice. Number two, you don't have to go to the woods to meditate. Number three, you don't even have to take a particular yogic posture to meditate. Number four, meditation is not only for the saints and the yogis. It's for all of us. And number five, you need not stick to a very particular time to meditate. You can choose your own convenient time and place to meditate. Now, there are different techniques of meditation. If you read the books or search the net, you will come across many different methods. For a beginner, it's always recommended that he or she goes to a guru or a teacher to learn the right technique and the one which is most suitable for him or her. I personally follow a technique which I have abbreviated as the BDSOIL meditation technique, where B stands for breathing under control, D for detached observation of thoughts, S for serenity of the mind and body, O for oneness with all that is, I for immortality of the inner self, and L stands for love for all. Okay, whatever the technique of meditation you follow, you'll have to be first seated. It's good enough if you can take the Padmasana pose, and even otherwise, it's okay to be seated on a chair, but the only thing you'll take care is that your spinal cord, your back should be erect. You should not lean back or lean to the front. And secondly, it's very essential to close the eyes, because about 85% of our external sensory inputs get into our body system through our eyes. So to avoid distraction, it's very important to close the eyes. Now in the BDSOIL technique, we first begin with the breathing. It's very important to control the breathing to control the mind. Only when the breathing is regular and relaxed is the mind calm and serene. You can choose any breathing exercise of your choice. Call it pranayama or whatever. But essentially, you'll have to regularize and smoothen breathing. You'll have to begin with deep abdominal breaths by a quicker inhalation and a very slow exhalation. You can inhale up to the count of 2 or 3 seconds. Hold the breath for a count of another 4 seconds. And then exhale slowly over a count of 8 seconds. So do that for a while till you feel a difference. And when you feel a difference, a feeling of relaxation all over the body as well as the mind, of course, you can stop the process of counting and allow the breathing to settle down by its own to a very rhythmic and regular, smooth rhythm. A stage will come where your awareness of the breath will be almost near to zero, and then you can consider that your breathing is under control. This is the first and a very important step in this type of meditation. The second step, detached observation of thoughts. It is said that on an average day, an average person thinks about 60,000 thoughts. And something like 95% of these thoughts are the same ones as that of the day before. So we can well imagine how much we are filled up with thoughts. And many of them are the troublesome ones, are the worrisome ones, which causes us agony. So in this step, detached observation of thoughts, the concept is to dissociate from our thoughts. We don't try to suppress the thoughts. We don't try to subdue the thoughts, because that's very difficult. The more you try to suppress, the more you try to subdue the thoughts, more that bounce back more vigorously and more violently. Instead, what do? We allow the thoughts to come to our mind, to our mental screen, and we allow them to play. They come, they play, they stay for some time, and they go away. So we allow this. And we observe our thoughts from a distance, as if we are separate from our thoughts, as if we are an audience, as if we are observing something on a stage. So we continue this for a while, and gradually what happens, the number of thoughts, they get exhausted, because the thoughts, they come and they go, they come and they go, and ultimately a stage comes when there are almost a very small number of thoughts. The number of thoughts almost come to near zero. And that is a very blissful stage that we really intend to reach in this second step of the BDSOIL type of meditation. The third step, serenity of the mind and body. So once our breathing is under control, and again, when we dissociate ourselves from our thoughts, we achieve a state of serenity of the mind and the body. And that's an experience. We'll have to be able to appreciate that experience. The experience of that relaxation, the serenity, the calmness, all of the body and the mind. And we can continue with that experience as long as we want, depending on time considerations, of course. The first step, oneness with all that is. So when we experience that deep sense of relaxation, serenity of the mind and body, we almost blend ourselves. We merge our body with the surroundings, with the furniture around, the room, the house, the neighborhood, and the whole world, and the whole cosmos, in fact. So we become a pure existence. And as if we are one with everything. That is a higher stage of relaxation where we sort of slightly dissociate our existence, our inner self, from our even body and the surroundings. That is called the stage of oneness with all that is. That means oneness with all that exists. The next stage, immortality of the inner self. So I told you, when you feel in oneness with all that is, as if our existence is different and our body and the surroundings are one, are blended, are sort of merged together, then we feel that our existence, our inner self is immortal, as if it can never die. It's different from the body, it's different from the surroundings, it's different from the things that exist, which we can interpret from our otherwise sensory inputs. So that's the stage of immortality of inner self. We feel that our inner self is immortal. And the last stage, love for all. So when our body becomes one with the surroundings and we become a pure existence, then that's a stage of bliss where there is no more hatred in our mind. There are no more ill feelings in our mind. We are pure existence, we are pure love. Everything is lovable to us. Everything is good to us. We love everything that is, that exists. That is the final stage, the stage of love for all. So with the completion of all the 6 stages of this type of meditation, this particular type, the BDSOIL type, we reach a stage of bliss, which is not to be explained so easily by words. I lack in words to explain that stage, the stage of bliss. So friends, this is the BDSOIL type of meditation which I personally follow. And I personally really benefit from this. I don't do this as a saint or a yogi, I told you before. But I do this to release my tensions, my anxieties, and to free myself from the stress and strain of life. To keep myself going smoothly and easily. And to keep my mind and my whole body system as well as my soul serene and calm. Thank you very much.